Have you ever wondered if the existence of God can be proven through reason alone? Over 700 years ago, St. Thomas Aquinas crafted 5 compelling arguments that continue to challenge and inspire thinkers today. Thomas Aquinas was born near Aquino, Italy, around 1225, into a noble family. At the age of 5, he was sent to the Benedictine monastery of Monte Cassino to begin his education. However, due to a military and political conflict in the region, his family sent him to continue his education in Naples in 1239. It was at the University of Naples that Thomas encountered the Dominican order and decided to join them. This decision did not sit well with his family. Against his will, he was detained at home for over a year in an attempt to dissuade him from joining the order. However, his mother eventually released him when it became clear that he was steadfast in his plans. In 1245, Thomas was sent to study at the Faculty of the Arts at the University of Paris, where he met the renowned Dominican scholar Albertus Magnus, also known as Albert the Great. When Albert was appointed to teach in Cologne, Thomas followed him and became an apprentice professor, teaching students on various subjects, including the Old Testament. Upon returning to Paris to continue his studies, Thomas produced many of his significant works, including Summa contra Gentiles. After completing his first regency, he traveled extensively to fulfill the various tasks assigned to him. In 1265, Pope Clement IV summoned Thomas to Rome to serve as the papal theologian. It was during this time that he began his most famous work, Summa Theologiae, which includes the 5 ways or 5 proofs for the existence of God. Thomas Aquinas wrote the 5 ways or 5 proofs for the existence of God in response to the question of whether God's existence could be demonstrated through reason. When he turned to the writings of ancient Greek philosophers, he noted that they had never read the Bible and therefore did not have knowledge of the existence of God. He sought to show that the existence of God could be known not just through faith, but also through rational deduction or natural reason based on observation of the natural world. Our experience of the world helps us understand that there are invisible forces with visible effects. For example, you can't see the wind itself, but you can see its impact, like leaves rustling, trees swaying, or waves forming in the water. Similarly, we don't need to see God directly to know that He governs everything that happens. Argument from motion. Everything that moves is moved by something else. There must be a first mover or unmoved mover who initiates motion in everything, and that first mover is God. Argument from causation. Every effect has a cause, and nothing can cause itself. There must be a first uncaused cause that initiates everything, and that is God. Argument from contingency. Everything we observe in the natural world has the potential not to exist, indicating that these things are contingent. If everything were contingent, there could have been a time when nothing existed. Since something does exist now, there must be a necessary being that has always existed. This is God. Argument from degree. We observe varying degrees of qualities like goodness, truth, and nobility in the world. These degrees point to a maximum, a perfect being that embodies these qualities to the fullest extent, causing these degrees more or less in everything else in the world. Argument from final cause. Natural objects or things that lack rational intelligence, like animals, plants, or inanimate objects, act toward an end or purpose, implying they are directed by an intelligent being, which is God. Aquinas' 5 ways are powerful logical arguments aimed at proving the existence of God through observation of the natural world. They reflect his attempt to reconcile faith with reason, demonstrating that belief in God is not just a matter of faith, but can also be supported by rational observation of the world and the universe. These ways or proofs have had a profound impact on Christian theology and Western philosophy, continuing to be studied and debated to this very day. In his later years, St. Thomas Aquinas experienced several profound religious events, such as levitating while praying and hearing Christ speak to him from a crucifix. It is said that in December of 1273, while celebrating Mass, he had a religious experience that deeply affected him, leading him to abandon the works he was creating. In 1274, he was summoned to Lyon, France by the Pope. However, during his travels, he became ill and died at Fossanova Abbey in Italy on his way to Monte Cassino. Thomas Aquinas was canonized in 1323. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to help us reach more people. God bless, and may your faith guide you always.